together that day. Those boys were breaking their corn and they'd fire it at you. Very God. Take the bag and go back and they break another. I was telling Byron Helen's husband about it. He had a row or so of corn. He told Mama then I know how to go get my corn together. We did. We played Lone Ranger and got that corn out of that field and go on.
Well, how did they get to Chesterfield? How did both brothers move to Chesterfield?
I don't know.
You don't like them, all right.
They were your
I don't know.
But now, I know we got some real smart, educated people in here. But now this one I never have figured out, okay? I guess back in them days, you didn't have too much traveling ways or ways to travel but a mule wagon. But we had Daddy, and okay, they met Mother and Aunt Mary, who was cousins. And I was doggone they didn't get married. Now, what kin is Tom and myself?
Double cousin.
We're double first cousin.
Double
We're
cousin.
double first cousin.
You sure?
I think so.
First and a half.
JD, I just tell people my family tree goes a little bit straight up.
If you was there with Aunt Mary and showed out a little bit, she'd send you home if she didn't cut your butt first. Okay, anybody got anything?
What's the story about your dad that said he was going to name my mother so he could name your mother?
Mama told me this, so I know this is true. The way Mom and Daddy met, Mama was 14 and Aunt Lorena was 7. I don't remember how that made Uncle Grady. But anyway, when they moved to the Frierson place, everybody knows where the Frierson place is, right? And of course, Daddy and Uncle Guy, well, we've been in that house forever. Daddy was born in that house. But anyway, one day, Daddy and Uncle Guy said they heard there were some girls that moved into the Frierson place. So this was big news in Shiloh. So they decided to go down and cut through, putting swamp woods down there and cut through the woods, woods down there and go down to the Frierson place and meet these girls. Well, Mama and Aunt Gladys were out in those trees playing. I don't know what they were doing, but anyway, they heard them coming, and they ran as fast as they could back to the Frierson place because they were barefooted. And they knew who it was because they knew Daddy and them lived over in that house. So they ran as fast as they could, but Daddy and them caught them and met, and they met. That's how Mom and Daddy met. Well, Mama was 14. Aunt Gladys was, what, 18, 19? So Daddy dated Aunt Gladys till Mama got old enough. Because at that time, Mama was 14 and Daddy was 22. Wow. So that wouldn't have worked. We would have been reading in the paper about that. That's when that's what Mama always said. He dated Gladys. And when Daddy's mother died, and Grandma Ida, Daddy's mother, died suddenly. She just was milking the cow and coming back up to the house and just collapsed and died. But Mama and Daddy at this point had been dating for 8 years. Well, anyway, Mama always said the only reason Daddy married her because he needed a cook.
Well, I want to know when they decided it was okay. How old was she when it was okay?
They did go together for a long time. whatever dating was back then, going to church and that kind of stuff. But I asked, Mama was 24 and Daddy was 30. Mama was almost 24 and Daddy was almost 32 when they married. And I asked Mama, I said, Mama, didn't y'all get married earlier? You knew each other, you knew you wanted to get married. Mama said, she says, well, I wanted to get married, but your daddy didn't think he could provide for a family. So they got married and had 8 children.
Them was working children.
My daddy's favorite story about Diddy